Oh, yeah, I can see. Alrighty, round 3.
I think we're there.
I think we're back.
Did you see my message?
Before
But
we
don't
start.
say on camera. Thanks. Yay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. We got some surprises for you guys. Ooh, you guys. Okay, welcome to Your Aunties Could Never. I'm Auntie AK.
And I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy.
And everything sugar and shade. It's Sade.
Hi. Just check in.
Oh.
I like to do this check in.
Oh.
The Black Fairy. The sweet shade. Sugary shady.
To do it again.
I
My
just
God.
wanted to do- I know. Happy New Year, guys. Happy
I want to
New
go
Year.
with it, but it was
I know, and I
too
literally
really-
forgot about it as well. Happy New Year, guys. Welcome.
Mhm.
We've got a fun-packed show, as we said. We've got lots. Enemy of Progress. Welcome to the family.
Mhm.
We're going to solve your dilemmas.
Yes.
There's a lot of things to get through,
Yes.
and we're finally back.
Oh my God. It took a while.
It took a while.
Do you know what I mean? But 2024 is going to be absolutely worth it, isn't it, guys?
You know what?
Yes.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. And
I like
guys,
that.
on that note, if you're watching, don't forget to like,
Mhm.
comment, and subscribe. And
You need to book the like button, book the like button, book the like button, book the like button, book.
I'm really forcing myself to try and enjoy it. I really am.
That's
But I
great.
am making the effort.
But I like
Do you know
it.
what I mean?
like
Yeah,
it, yeah.
I
And people like it. You know what to do. Actually, quite a few people had already booked
Booked.
Oh,
it.
that's so
That's very good.
nice.
Can we just do a nice welcome to everybody in the chat that has been there? Alicia Shaw, Sistrin, KW, Damien. I'm trying to scroll up.
Hi,
No,
guys.
it's my laptop.
Shayla, where's
Ashes to
Shayla?
Ashes.
Shayla's there.
Wendy,
That's my fave.
Hi, guys.
Gilda. Hey.
Hey.
Bell,
Hi.
FP Comps.
Hi.
Let me see how you're
love you.
doing.
No, thank you all so much for staying with us and keeping us company.
Honestly.
Thank
Like
you for
50
your
minutes.
patience. Yeah, we played charades, we rapped,
really did, you know.
we had conversations about our attributes, our bits and bobs.
Definitely deleting all of the beginnings. So
Yeah. A whole
Definitely get,
a whole hour.
50 minutes.
I just
is
remembered
gone.
that. Yeah, work is back on. We're back in.
Seriously.
So, guys, and also if you're already involved.
Shayla has given 3 black hearts. Okay, she's in.
Oh,
My babes. I really like her. Seriously, we're like twins.
oh,
Like honestly,
Yeah,
really?
we
Yeah.
think the same.
At one stage, I did think it was Sade typing.
oh.
Yeah,
Imagine me
I was thinking she was doing dodgy typing because it was too
thinking myself
uncanny.
props.
Oh wow. Hi Shayla, I've not met you
Yes.
before. I'd love to get to know you and see how you do. Okay, guys, you're in the comments already, but keep commenting, keep getting involved in the chat. The chat is open.
Mhm.
And to the replay gang, by the way, if you're watching at a later date, please leave a comment. We will get back to you. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, I think there's a thing where you can leave a review. We want top 5, please. And on Spotify, you can leave comments as well. So we'll get to them as well and get back to you. All right. You've already done the roll calls.
Yes.
So it's a new year. And as I said, so much has happened. It's only the second week of January. So much bad things have happened, actually. The Epstein list is kind of out, sort of out.
Mm.
Dodgy out.
Dodgy
Yeah.
out. It's
Distraction
not what we
out.
thought it was going to be, but it's
Mhm.
out-ish. We've got Jonathan Majors doing his apology tour.
Mm. Have you seen?
I haven't seen it yet.
I saw it.
Oh,
I
did you watch
watched
all of it?
No, I didn't watch all. No. What am I crying
I'm
for
just
him
checking.
for?
You did
No.
emotions.
I mean, he cried. No, I watched 2 sets of clips, maybe 15 minutes of it in
Mm.
total.
Mhm.
And he likened Megan
to Corona.
to
A Corona beer.
No, Coretta.
Coretta,
He
sorry.
said,
Oh.
"I found my
Yeah.
Coretta."
Yeah.
So he's doubling down on that.
So
Yeah.
so you got form. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I can't. It's sounding very hard to believe.
But when?
What? No.
Come on, bro.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
What's
what do
hard
you
to
mean?
believe?
I don't know. Like, I feel like, okay, and this is, I've been to the University of TikTok.
Flip's sake. Okay, go on.
So I believe like narcissist traits, like they have patterns. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
And he's just showing it's like dropping another little pattern. Do you know what I mean? Because he's referenced it before.
My thing is, you're doubling down on something. I don't know if he saw the comments. Like, why are you using this reference? And I want to know where Megan's coming from, because she left a relationship. I don't know the ins and outs of who she.
Yeah.
So I just want to know where she's at and finding a guy like this and why this is the guy that she's happy with. If, I don't know if they're really happy, but this kind of shaping and molding in the image of a, in quotes, respectable Black iconic woman.
I feel she has form for that. I mean, she was with a pastor.
Yeah, that's
changed her life, cut off a lot of her friends. So the fact that he has leanings towards he's a great man, and she obviously sees herself as in position with a great man, as she was with the pastor. I can see how they match. But it's just that you're using this reference because are you really Martin? Like,
are you a great man?
Are you a great man?
Are you a great man?
Are you Martin Luther King?
No, but are you any sort of great
Martin
man?
Luther King and done? Obama. Like, I want to.
Sorry. Don't get me wrong.
He's an actor.
I love Marvel. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So what has happened? Yeah, do you know what I mean? It hurts me to my core. I wish it wasn't true. I wish that it never happened. I just wish it just didn't exist, right? Do you know what I mean? But to reference yourself in that way, what kind of greatness have you put onto the world? Because you've done Love Country.
Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Seriously,
he's been put on a pedestal. So I think it was a fast track pedestal for his good acting, brilliant acting.
But like being an actor, what has that got to do with
being great,
being a great man?
Yes,
for the community, because he said it to the Caucasian girl that
I'm a great man.
Yes.
Yeah,
so you need to act like this. Do you know what I mean? So this is what I'm saying. Like, so there's delusional grandeur there.
There is.
There's like narcissistic trait. And I'm not saying like, we don't really know what's completely happened, because it seems you can spin two very different narratives that seem very believable.
Absolutely.
What we did see, he was running away from a white woman.
He was running away, but you also see him like almost picking her up and throwing her into the car. Those two things are true.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you can spin both stories at this moment. Do you know what I mean? Not spin, but like you can look at
skew the story to suit your narrative.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
I just don't know. I just think it's wild that he would suggest to position himself with greats like that.
What we will do is, once we've watched it, come back and break that ish down to the T.
The whole
episode.
And sorry, can I just say, the way he was wiping away his tear, like he was scraping Ebba out of the ball.
He was doing swallow.
What the hell is this?
I did see a comment about his kind of like workman flared trousers. But
he's dressed like that.
Yeah, I know.
And then also as well, this is the other thing that is annoying me slightly as well. And I don't know how I feel about it, but I'll just say it. It's just like, if he's been convicted, why is he getting this interview?
Yeah.
Seems strange. It's just like the gypsy girl. Why are you getting interviewed? Like, it seems strange to me. But I don't know.
His conviction is so low down on anything to get convicted by. It's actually like, it's quite laughable that these charges are even there. Like, you accidentally hurt her and that's a conviction. That's mad. That's crazy, but that's American law. I think I get his whole delusions of grandeur, but I actually think it's more ludicrous that somebody can get a conviction when we've seen them running away from someone. It seems like it's a classic domestic. She tried to take his phone. He snatched it back. He had scratches. She had a fractured finger. How are both of them not up on charges? I think that is more ludicrous.
I think they should, but like Amber
and
Heard
Johnny Depp.
They both got charges, right?
Yeah.
They sued each other.
Well,
I can't remember.
They arrested both of them, but decided to drop the charges from the girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, and carried on with Jonathan Majors. That does feel like he was stitched up.
Yeah, that doesn't seem fair. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there.
Let's go. And you mentioned Gypsy, and that is, we've also, in the new year, 2024, have had Murderers being released.
8 days in, you know.
8 days in.
8 days
We've got Oscar Pistorius, the athlete who was convicted for 11 years for killing his girlfriend. He's now free, 11 years.
Crazy.
And Gypsy Rose, who also served time for killing her mother. She's now free.
Well, her boyfriend.
She allegedly coerced her
boyfriend to kill.
Actually, is it allegedly? Because she done time.
She did. Yeah,
she made her man kill her mum.
Yeah. And he's now doing life and she's out.
Yeah.
And
with the next man.
She's
got a new man. Wow.
She
So
said,
maybe
I
I can
wish
find
you
a man
well.
and I'm struggling.
She said, I wish him well on his sentence. I was like, she's a bitch. She's a bitch.
How can you wish him well?
I mean, I'm in two minds.
About her wishing him well?
Obviously, no. I just think obviously murder shouldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. But the circumstances, it does make you think like, not sure, Do you know what I mean? For some people, because her mum convinced her that she was ill when she wasn't, and would have continued convincing her and could have potentially killed her if she continued. So you could argue that she was. Well, that's what her defense tried to argue, that she was a victim.
Yeah. I mean,
but she definitely was a victim. I feel like then both of them should be out. It just doesn't feel fair. Like, that's your mum.
And he's doing life.
And he's doing time.
But no, because actually, to be fair, you don't have to do it. Right, you don't have to kill the mum.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
No, you don't.
He loved her.
That's not a crime of passion. That's not. Guys, if you're in love, don't do that.
Have you watched Stalkers? So script. But Stalkers on Netflix. Oh, my God. Oh my God.
I don't want to be scared.
New fear unlocked.
I don't want to be scared. I want to live my life in peace.
Seriously.
We've got Murderers released in 2024. I don't need more added to my list.
People are mad,
All right, let's get into the show. Just quickly, what's your new year, new me goal for this year?
I've got a lot.
Go
I said quickly, what's your new year, new me goal for this year?
Top three. All right, so top three. Basically, this year, definitely, I've said it last time anyway, but the sound was bad. But I am getting down to, I've made a compromise, a size 10-12.
Thank you.
Everybody's like, an 8-10 is too small.
It is.
So 10-12.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
I'm going to do Cambo, frog medicine. I'm going to do a mushroom trip. And I will definitely go on a solo holiday. That's
nice.
Yeah. And I have my action words: discipline and unreasonable behavior.
Love that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
I love. I mean, it's you. So it's cute. For me, mine are mainly work related, to be honest. Like, I'm bringing back Everyday Throw Day, my clothing brand.
We love that.
I
need my hoodie.
Well, I might not be doing hoodies. I'm just gonna launch a new product, but I'll talk about that later. And then podcasting stuff, like getting on top of that. I've launched a new podcast, guys. My own one on my own channel.
Good girl.
Yes.
Well done.
So it's all about motivation and like, because I feel like I do this naturally, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you know me, then you know that I'm gonna always encourage you to be the best that you can be, no matter what. Do you know what I mean? And always strive for the best. So I'm just putting it in a podcast format.
Nice.
So I'm doing weekly episodes of that. And yeah, I need to sort out my sugar addiction.
Okay.
That's my thing. Yeah.
Mogu.
Yeah. I mean,
mine, gosh, quickly, just to be all about business this year. It is like no holds barred, business. That's the focus, expanding the brand that's 11 years old and needs to be acting like it's 11 years old and grown. And myself, it is being more unapologetic, putting up my boundaries a lot more and being more focused about myself, being more selfish for myself. There was something else, but I can't remember. But yes, that's it.
Amazing.
Oh, Aaliyah is asking, what's your channel called?
So, Aaliyah, my channel is called Hey, It's Sade Salami. And I'm laughing because it's too long.
We've been trying to get this cut down, but okay, it's cool. But
that's where we are right now. When I get a chance, I'm gonna switch out. But like, I'm really like, when you have a brand in mind, when I'm trying to build a brand, like I have so many ideas, and I'm like, until I've nailed it,
then
you just have to roll with what it is.
Do you know what I mean? So,
that's a good thing, because sometimes you can just stall yourself stuck on that thing. You need to just go.
Yeah,
and you're going, and it's good. It's cute. Your first episode is very cute.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Episode 2 is out today.
Today?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I only slept 3 hours because it took me all night to edit it. So,
like that though.
Guys, please watch it.
All right, guys, let's get into it. We talked about it. It's who's our enemy of progress? Dun, 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 dun.
Enemy of progress. Shall we do a quick definition of what enemy of progress is?
Enemy of progress is someone that does not want life to progress. They're hindering us.
I think they don't want the community.
That's what I'm saying. Us as in, yes.
Do you know what I mean?
It's black people. They just don't want. They're trying to hold us back, set us back to the dark ages.
Yeah. 1,000 steps back.
Yeah, 1,000.
Yes.
Okay. Who was first on the list?
Lil Boosie. So, Lil Boosie, I don't know if you know. I don't even know what is he a rapper? What is he?
He is a rapper.
He's a rapper.
Yeah.
Who now turns social commentator on everything when no one asked him.
Wait, shut up.
Yeah, yes. So his recent issue, his recent behavior, he walked out of The Color Purple because of the lesbianism. Not, by the way, the beating, not the molestation, not the incest underage rape. He walked out because of a slight moment of woman on woman interaction. Guys,
he can't help himself. Lil Boosie can't help himself. He didn't need to tweet that. He knew he's always doing things to be relevant, and it's always ignorant. He absolutely is a class A enemy of progress. There's no doubt about it.
He won't stop. That's my problem. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think we done known that he's an enemy of progress, but he just won't shut up. And I feel like this is now his strategy to stay relevant for sure.
And I don't know if you guys have watched The Color Purple, but the people in the comments definitely have. And someone said, tell me you didn't read the book without telling me you didn't read the book. Also, tell me you didn't know the author of the book is gay without telling me you didn't know the author of the book was gay. Lord bless Black folks, I swear. Listen, The Color Purple is so... When was it even written? By Alice Walker, classic, iconic book. It's had the film, it's had the Broadway musical, and now it's had the film version of the Broadway musical come to life. We know this story.
It's such a known story. I swear, even when we was in school, I feel like I did it. Maybe A-levels, something. I definitely read The Color Purple, but it is like, he obviously didn't know, and he took his daughters, is what he said.
But the thing is, it's just like one of his daughters is in LGBTQ anyway, kind of thing. He's got a he says stuff as well. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's just like you've got selective outrage, my guy.
Oh, he's got a tune. Sorry, I didn't notice it. He's got a tune talking about two red bones kissing. So then.
Yeah, he said it turns him on.
It turns him on. So why? Because you brought your child ill-advised, by the way. And to be fair, the music, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. It's coming out in the UK at, can't remember the date.
I thought it was the end of the month.
End of the month. It's not explicit. And in the world that we're in, it's really not explicit. And what we know about LGBTQ relationships on screen and in the arts right now, it's nothing untoward. We've all seen it. No, you haven't.
No, I haven't seen it.
Sade and I have seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it, but it's just like if they were heterosexual, would this be
exactly?
You wouldn't even blink an eye.
Exactly. And the fact of the matter is, as this person said in the comments, so it's okay for the kids to see incest, domestic violence, and rape, but not okay to see two girls kissing. Yeah, I'm going to stop using these kids as a reason you don't like something, and being contradicting doesn't prove your point at all, considering you had two red bones in the backseat kissing based, as we said, on his song.
Exactly. No, he's the worst.
He is
the worst. He is the worst.
Like constantly. What's this? Like week 2, Boosie's been in.
It's doubling down as well. That's the thing.
Yeah, he always does that. He never gives up. I mean, he has always been going on Lil Nas X. Seems to have left him alone now. But he has a problem. His poor daughter, like, how is she coping with this? Like, my dad's a bigot.
My dad is a problem.
I mean, actually, all of his kids, for real.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But he makes lots of money, so there's that.
And he's making a career of being controversial.
Yeah.
C word. All right, guys. So that's Lil Boosie. Also on this is a very deep personal one for me. Black Brits going to Ghana, causing problems with your ignorant ways. Who told you to go to Ghana and let off guns, please? Don't bring your road postcode wars to another country that doesn't need it. Dirty December is supposed to be enjoyed by everybody peacefully. Obviously, you know, some people get drunk a little bit woo, a little bit way. It happens. But you do not need to bring guns to Ghana. Shut up and piss off.
It's disgraceful. I'm actually like, you know, if your child was the one that got arrested, I'd be so embarrassed. Like proper. And we're not holding it up as British borns. It's like, you don't go over there and take your British colonialist mentality and be like, you own the country. You absolutely don't.
Right.
Like, it's a privilege, really. And that's why they're taxing us in the flights that are going over there. Soon they're going to stop us. They're going to ban us from getting visas and we can't even go back home. It's disgusting.
This shit.
Yeah, it's not great. I don't know. Like, I think like fuck around, find out. That's my thing.
Basically,
do you know what I mean? Because it's like you want to bring it. I mean, I don't know much, but I wouldn't play. I
wouldn't want to be in jail.
African country.
Exactly. And then you're going to go jail.
But then that's the arrogance that's really upsetting, because you think because you're from UK, you can, when you got the Brit Cockney boys that go over to Spain or Dubai and think they can just do whatever they want. Yeah, basically all over the world and spread their nonsense and think they can get away with it because they're British. No, it doesn't work like that. And then you as a black person going back to your black country to do nonsense, fix up. That's real stern auntie fix up.
Yeah, I don't know. They wouldn't have been able to bring the gun with them. Do you know what I mean? So they would have got it in country. Yeah, true. But it's just the culture that comes with it as well. Because Ghana is great in December. Well, it's great all year round, but in December is great.
It's a vibe.
Just like, you don't want to think like, oh, I can't even go here anymore.
Precisely.
Because of this stuff. Like, yeah.
It's like they're going to start spoiling it like Iron Apple. It's like, you guys can't go anywhere without like, there you are. Like literally, can you just fix up, go and enjoy yourself. Just hold a bubble. You don't need to fight everywhere. Really, what are you fighting for, really, truly?
Exactly.
Then, I don't know. What does that say? Because you're back home in your space. You can't be talking about, why are you doing that? What is it that?
I think it's the Britishness, I can't, I think there's something.
In our water.
We go through the system. It's the same thing. You can't get away from that kind of lording it over people mentality here unless you really are very aware that we're under that kibosh and we don't need to carry it everywhere. But I think loads of people, they go wherever. In Jamaica, it's like a similar thing. Like the British borns come and be like, we run the island, and it's because we're under this colonial system. We think that we run.
Wait, were they going against locals?
Yeah. Everywhere British people go. Doesn't matter what.
Was this particular fight? I didn't
they were fighting each other.
Okay.
Imagine you're fighting.
But they are known for literally being shitty to any service people. We British borns are known for that. Against Americans, it is like Americans will tip. They're usually very
the behavior is different.
To be there.
But our culture is different.
Yeah,
we can be we're politer maybe, but not.
We're not nice.
We're not nice.
They did say UK is bad vibes.
Yeah,
that's been said
everywhere.
It is. How dare you guys?
Yeah.
Go stand face the fucking wall. Sorry, not even sorry. Okay,
I'm sure he got a beating though.
Did he though?
I hope so.
There's that.
I hope they threw him into the gutter. Just beat it.
Yeah, like a Ghana beating. But are your parents?
If Ghana beat it,
I'm talking about police beating.
Oh yeah,
you know what? Yeah,
I
when I was in Nigeria, so I was on the balcony. I remember one time, and there was a commotion. Yeah, and you just see like person after person chasing after this person, and then just beat like. Everybody on this road just went to go and beat this guy because apparently he stole something.
I was just about to say,
you can't, do you know what I mean? You just can't.
Just don't do it. Don't do it. Have some respect for yourself and for the country that you're going to, especially a black country. Don't do it.
Crazy.
How dare you?
Such.
I could go on. However, talking of Ghana, it's rule, baby.
Oh, God. Rule.
I wanted you to go, are you Ellie?
Are you Ellie?
Yes. Ja Rule has entered the Ghana chat talking about he's going to build a school in Ghana.
There's many things Ja Rule needs to do before he does that.
Never ever do that.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's ridiculous. And I read that Ja Rule may have a $50 million contract to do rap again. Album deal.
Yeah,
he
was
does.
tweeting about it, yeah.
Wow.
But is it confirmed? It's not confirmed.
He did say something, but however, in the comments, they were saying, this nigga's trying to make us forget that he was in that room with Diddy. It's a $50 million contract deal.
Out of water.
I mean, I don't know. Does anyone...
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I mean, it's the comment. I never said it. I read it.
It was on one of the shades.
Yeah, one of the shades. So, if you want to expand on why that's so damn funny.
What, being in a room with
Diddy, where that came from.
I think the people know.
It's very clear.
And then the other part of the chat is like, the people going, as you're talking about, from the diaspora, thinking they can come with their ways and, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fix poverty in Africa. And usually we reserve this ire for white folks, but then black people are doing it too. Doesn't always work out, like someone said. Yeah, because Black American kids don't need resources, right? What the fuck does Ghana do for African Americans? It's so motherfucking dumb, I swear. Now, this comment started off well.
And then it took a turn.
It took a turn. It took a turn.
I mean, there was lots of people in there being like, because it worked out so well for Oprah. And we know how that ended up with Oprah and South African School and all of the claims against that. There's a lot of shit going on in America. And I think if you have lots of millions to spend, help there.
Yes.
Like, it's not necessary. Like, again, it's that kind of colonial, like, I'm going to be a savior. Before you know it, you're the chief of the village. Yeah. Then you're there in your kente cloth. We're all over that shit. And it's Ja Rule. Does 50 Cent know about this?
He's gonna. Hey, Fiddy.
He's gonna look into it.
I'm not always a fan of your comments, but this one, can you please enter? Please come for this.
We need you to talk about this one.
However, someone did say people shouldn't underestimate how big Ja Rule and his music is in Ghana. Apparently, he's got a fan base. So maybe we're talking too much.
I mean, like late 90s, early 2000s rap. It was a time.
He had a moment.
Like, yeah.
But you're an artist. You're not a philanthropist. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Well, anyone can be a philanthropist.
Yeah.
Anyone can be. My thing is, I believe, test it out in America. Or if you want, do you know what I think would be better? Is donate to a school in Ghana. If you
That's already there. That could be struggling.
I just don't like, honestly, like the amount of, I don't know exactly what their tax codes are, but I'm sure you get tax breaks for these types of things. Sure. I'm sure it's easier to hide money in different countries and all those kind of stuff. And considering this guy's got previous
by the way,
involved.
Speaking of previous, someone said Fire Island 2.0 loading. I know Netflix producers got producers ready to go.
This is it.
Yes.
I don't trust. Do you trust Ja Rule with your money?
Fire Festival, Fire Island, Fire Festival, the biggest failure. The documentaries are all over Netflix.
No,
please.
Yeah.
Who is trusting Ja Rule to run a school and they're sending their kids there? Like, it's Ja Rule. I don't even get. No, this is annoying. It actually is.
This is what I'm saying.
I rolled my eyes.
He goes on my list of rappers, that should have no business in this space. He has no business. Go like, okay, you had your, what is it called? You had your moment with your album. Okay, cool. Go with that, bro. You don't need to add anything else.
No, you could do
now.
Just do a concert.
Do you know what I mean?
If you want to go to Ghana, do a free concert.
Yeah.
How about get some students together and do a
nice.
Concert for the kids? How about that?
For free. Like,
I don't understand. Like, do these rappers all these celebrities even think they can bypass governments? Is that what they're trying to do?
I think so.
Is this what's happening?
Yeah, but the annoying thing is also people will be blinded by the lights and be like, yes, Ja Rule, he's an American, he's got money. Yes, come and do it. Kind of maybe naive or whatever shenanigans can go on. Building a school from scratch. You don't live in Ghana. You're not going to retire in Ghana. So what are you doing there?
Sorry, KW. Sorry.
What did she say? KW says he should give his money to Dr. Umar. And he should.
Yes, he should.
And that is the absolute truth.
That's the absolute truth.
I actually forgot because I did want Dr. Umar to be like a welcome to the family. So maybe when we get to that section, I'm going to add it.
We knew that was coming.
Thank you, KW, for reminding me.
Sade, we knew that was coming. I agree. Donate and rebuild or uplift a school in America that's struggling.
Yeah.
That's the consensus.
Yeah.
All right. So another person talking about Africa in a very sideways way is Cameron, another rapper, speaking when they shouldn't be speaking. He was on Mace's podcast or show.
They do it together.
They do it together. I was theirs. Didn't even know at this point. Didn't quite care. Anyway, Cameron and Mace were chatting and Cameron said that he doesn't want to be called African American because according to him, Africans don't fuck with us, Black Americans. And
that's the only reason.
The context of the whole conversation. He used an example of the Olympics. He said, because at the Olympics, they don't call us African Americans, they call us Americans. Answers on a postcard. Why are they called Americans when you're at the Olympics?
Because it's America, it's USA, it's Team USA.
Country.
Does he even... Americans don't like African Americans. How about that? Let's discuss that.
Exactly.
I wasn't expecting it.
But that's a clip. Americans don't even like Black Americans, African Americans. They don't like. So what are you talking about, bro?
They don't like anyone.
Right? Especially them.
Yeah, though. Like, what are you talking about?
Wow.
And was really waxing lyrical about, I know, I love this word.
Yeah, you do.
Leon,
guys,
big up Leon, because Leon loves some lactic.
We need to play a drinking game, guys. If you drink responsibly, every time that is says wax lyrical, take a shot.
Wow. Yeah? It's becoming a thing. It's Leon's thing too.
I love the word. But no, he was really chatting. Like, he was going in, trying to say, like, okay, so I would prefer to be called a Black American. So you'd prefer to be called a color that nobody actually is over an identity that your DNA actually points to. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
But
what do you think is going to change?
I just don't understand why he can't just say that without putting down Africans. I just don't get it. Like, you don't have to say it in a derogatory way at all.
However, in the comments, a few people were agreeing. Someone said he is absolutely right. And if y'all have never met or been around Africans and Nigerians, because y'all, wait. Y'all would think he's lying. But take it from me, they do not like us. No jokes.
So 54. So 53 others get lumped together as Africans, and then Nigerians
are separate. You ain't African, child.
No, we're both. But I just want to point out, this is what people do. Being a Nigerian, this is what we have to suffer. That we are seen as our own entity to hate as well. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's fair.
It's mad. So people are agreeing because we have had a long-standing back and forth. And then we got the ADOS movement who really were like, absolutely, we're not calling ourselves African. We're American descendants of slaves. They want to separate from the African heritage, tradition through line. And we understand cultures have community skirmishes. We used to have it in the UK. It's not as prevalent. Africans versus Caribbeans. We understand the issues between and tribalism. That happens. But to blanket statement that is actually disrespectful, and it's disrespectful to yourself. It's like showing your ignorance to the history that you don't understand.
It's foolish.
Someone else said, just hear me out. I feel like Black Americans are our own thing. We are so mixed with white and native for the last 400 years. It's impossible for us to just be African.
And they're not even. Actually, when you go through the stats of when they actually do their DNA tests, they actually aren't as mixed as they think. Right. Because of white supremacy, there is a penchant to want to be more mixed than you actually are.
A penchant.
But it's not actually the truth. It's just that continuation of separating yourselves from yourself. Like trying to run away from your Africanness. You're just a part of the diaspora. And we should be uniting. Cameron really annoys me, you know.
Yeah, he does.
Continuously.
Absolutely.
He is very ignorant. But it's more annoying that there are so many people in those comments agreeing with this sentiment. That's how you know we've got a very long way to go. It's
problematic. I mean, these are why things like Dirty December and going, I mean, it's not the whole of Africa, but you're going to West Africa, whether it's Nigeria or Ghana, and these relationships are starting to build because it's only more powerful when we start to understand that Africa isn't flies on bellies and stuff like that, and extreme poverty. There's another culture and lifestyle that you guys can understand. And also, because of the bad press that's promoted about Black Americans especially as well, the crime and the kind of whatever negative stereotypes, it's starting to, for everybody else to understand from Africa that it's not all of that. They've got other cultures that can blend and mix and actually find a commonality. And I think someone in the comments summed it up quite nicely. Like, let's be reasonable here. Just because you came across someone or a small group of Africans that were mean doesn't solidify that other Africans don't have love for Black people. It's just the Africans you encountered. So no, if you had a problem with Africans growing up, that's your problem. That's your business. No one can take that away from you. It doesn't speak for the whole of the continent and the 54 countries in that continent.
He could have done something. If you're ignorant already, maybe people were just responding to that. That doesn't mean that it was coming from them. He could have been. He could have been one of those ones that is like, "Oh, you African beauty scratcher."
Exactly.
Like, you know, Cameron would probably say something like that.
I'm so pretty, you so black.
Egypt.
All right, this one I'm handing over to you, Nana.
Okay. All right. So my enemy of progress this week is Lani Good. I'm just so disappointed in this girl. If you guys haven't seen it, she is executive producer of the most ridiculous reality TV show called Badderz UK. She has a succession of UK baddies in Croatia, I think it was, that they went, and they're on a retreat, which is basically them fighting. The trailer is disgusting. I was seeing people like spitting on each other, fighting, arguing, holding their titties, twerking. It was just the lowest common denominator, and Lani Good made this happen. I'm disgusted with it. She's older than all of them. She should know better. And the UK does not need to follow on from America. We have our own standards, and this is the lowest form. Don't do it. Nobody's going to prosper from this. And that pissed me off.
Yeah, I go on.
For me, she's not an enemy of progress per se. Like I think what I struggle with is because obviously we watch a lot of reality TV. We do Leverage podcast, tune in on Friday. Hey. But yeah, because we watch a lot of reality TV, what's actually happens in a lot of these shows. Like it's not that different. It's just the only real difference here is that it's UK people. Do you know what I mean? But this happens across the American franchises, across Bravo, across Zeus, like all the time. Do you know what I mean? So I don't feel like she's not inventing anything new. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna happen anyway. I think there is some sort of something like at least it sounds so bad, but at least it's her doing it. Do you know what I mean? She's in the culture. It's part of her world. This is what she does. This is her community. Do you know what I mean? And she's taking control of it. A lot of these things is outside people coming in and then taking from this culture and exploiting it even further. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like there is something there. So for me, not fully. Like I like the fact that it's her ownership. I do like that.
I liked the comment I like the comment. Should I say I liked it? But I appreciate what Zizi said. Where Zizi Mills come out and said that, guys, it's not America. You're not going to end up with a rapper. You don't get multi-million deals from this. So let's pattern ourselves a little bit better. The
culture's not there. This is the thing. It's like people trying to adopt American gangs over here as well. We don't have the same society structure. It's not done in the same way. We don't have stripper culture in the same way that actually you're making thousands in a strip club where it's you have a subsection of men to go out with. It's like we don't have that all set up. So you fighting each other, looking crazy, doesn't elevate your status in this country at all.
It doesn't matter. Like, I just think there's different avenues now. It's not necessarily, yes, it's taking parts of that culture, but that's not necessarily how they're going to make money. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't have to go to a strip club to make money. I'm not saying that everybody will. I'm not even saying that everyone from here will bust either. But what I am saying is that there is a plethora of different type of Black people in this country at the end of the day. And some people like this stuff. Some people don't, but some people do like this.
I'm one of the few people, well, not few, I'm one of the people that don't, because I don't really like reality shows. What I don't like is the constructed arguments and fighting. And I don't like that representation of our culture. I don't think we should be sanitized. I think it should be real. But the fact that it's curated and it's what you're saying is like there's that extreme fighting and...
But that's... You talk about extreme, yeah. We had Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. But that's white is as it could get, yeah? Utah. Women's getting punched in the face.
I know, but I think that's the same thing. That's why I don't like watching. But that's what I don't like in general. I think
like a lot of what do you call it? A lot of the comments that I'm seeing are just attributing this behavior to Black women. Do you know what I mean? It really isn't. Okay.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think it's the culture of reality shows and how it affects. Not even affects, it's just how it permeates into the culture. And whether it started with the white ladies, and I know like they're all popular, but it's that. I don't like that element where the constructed fighting. Why is this a thing? Why is constructed fighting a thing? And I obviously people enjoy reality shows, but I personally struggle with it. And then for a community that's already shit upon, I know we can't be perfect and I know we shouldn't be perfect, but it does seep into our culture and affect us in a different way.
But
slightly.
I think it's there anyway. I honestly think that is like, there's a part of it that is just a reflection of what's already there. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's good or bad. I think it just is.
I'm categorically saying that this is a bad part of humanity.
Yeah.
That isn't actually just on a human level. Why is this what we're doing with our time?
Yeah.
Literally, and Lani, she's super talented as well. She could have given us anything in reality to copy and paste flipping Zeus and what Blueface was doing. It boggles my mind that you would waste your time here. It's so base. I just expected more from her. That's why she's my enemy of progress. I expected more from Lani Good.
Moving on to a more happier, peaceful time, peaceful place. Who are we welcoming to the family? Who are we giving big hugs to? So, come on, put your head on your auntie bosom.
Okay, so I'm going to welcome someone to the family. You might be a bit surprised, actually, because it is Jada Pinkett. Welcome to the family. 2024. And that is because, although, I was taken aback by her picture. I really was taken aback because I didn't expect it at all.
Yeah.
But I do love someone who embraces a new year, new me. And she certainly came out with a different type of look with the jeans and the leg warmers and the puffer jacket.
Yeah.
I know people say Fat Joe. For me, I was seeing a little bit of Central C.
Central C with Pinkett.
I was seeing a little bit of Central C. But and I like things I generally think that you need to see the humor in everything. Do you know what I mean? You can find joy in the weirdest of places, and it made me chuckle. It made me laugh.
It was a crazy picture. But I'm with you. Someone be unapologetically you.
Yes.
Sometimes I've got a little quirk to myself. I don't mind. I wear some odd things sometimes. I like it.
Exactly.
I can't actually go into how crazy Jada looked in that. Jada has been looking really cool on her press run.
She does look very beautiful.
And that picture, I was like, what the hell is it? It definitely did look like Fat Joe. It did. It just didn't look like her as well. It was like, what the hell is taking place? I don't know if this is the welcome of the family.
To the
but I get it. It gave you joy.
These are the circumstances.
She gave a scenario, and I get that. It's embracing the new year, new me, and standing on business and not giving a damn. I'm gonna wear this shit and take a picture.
It definitely was a new year, new me.
Do you know what? That's gonna be peak auntie vibe as well. I don't care. I'm oblivious to whatever. I'm gonna wear my outfit.
She said she highlighted the leg warmers.
Yes.
I didn't even know that
she didn't even care.
She highlighted.
Actually, you know
Seriously.
what? Hats off, Auntie Jada.
They were denim leg warmers. They were denim.
You could have made them love your denim leggings. Is that your new product?
Is that your
new product?
No, absolutely not.
No, she looked crazy. I was like, what is going on?
But there were some comments, and comments, they do give me joy.
Yeah,
they really do. Someone said her transition into Tupac has begun. Temu edition.
Temu.
I don't like that. Is it Temu or Temu?
I call it Temu.
Temu. Of course you're going to call it Temu. Of course. That's what you're going to call it. Of course.
Oh my God. Temu edition, Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Hilarious. Someone also said, a different person said, I thought Fat Joe got into some Ozempic. But I take
that one. That one did make me chuckle. But I'm not going to laugh at my Auntie Jada.
The way I was on the floor crying, yeah? Seriously. But you have to find the joy. And then someone said, gangsters don't dance. They wear jean leg warmers and pants and do the rock away.
Lean back.
Auntie Jada, big you up. Welcome to the family. I love you.
Oh, finish. Seriously.
I mean, it was a look.
It
was a Luke.
Laugh.
It was a Luke.
It's Luke.
It was a Luke.
Really made me laugh.
Who else are you welcoming to the family, guys?
Should I go? Katt Williams.
Yes.
I mean, when that interview came out, I watched it straight away. I dropped it in our group. Was like, Katt Williams is my welcome to the family.
Yep.
I was 10 minutes in, and he embodied the spirit of 2024. Truth telling this year.
Mm-hmm.
Air it all out, shame the devil. And the dude it's like 2 hours and 46 minutes of stand-up comedy at its finest. I was like, this is brilliant.
Sitting down.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant.
He was shelling sitting down. Seriously, it's excellent, man.
And you see the clips where it's on top of ether as well. Just makes it even better.
Yes.
It's just phenomenal. For me, the standout moments was Ludacris and him having that Illuminati chat and Ludacris got the deal. That was a takeaway. And how he feels about women, that he loves women being on his team. That was a takeaway as well.
But didn't you get like pimpy vibes though?
Also,
pimpy
vibes.
He's always had pimp vibes. He's always given the pimp vibe and things like that. So
I didn't particularly get that because I think I understood his God mission. So I didn't really get, and that was sold to us as well. So a lot of things where it was like hitting me, like the drug stuff, is he on something?
Yeah.
And then he spoke about it. I was like, yeah, you know what? That's a story that was told to us. And the same with the pimp thing, when he was like, actually, I looked after a set of women, the pimp died and I looked after them. He wasn't a pimp. And it's like, that was, I believe every word he said about everybody.
No. I honestly, I think like someone, I can't remember, there was a comment that said like, he may tell jokes, but he never lies. Yes. I'm just like, yeah, that's the way I see Katt Williams. Yeah. Really, honestly, he's a truth teller. He really is.
Yeah, it was amazing. And the fact that it's on 33 million views for Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay, they've gone clear. Like, to the point now everyone wants to be
gone clear. And the thing is, but Katt even said it in the interview. He's just like, if I'm putting my stamp that this is a place where people tell the truth, it's gonna open another dimension for you. Yeah. And that's exactly. And you could see, what's his name?
Shannon Sharp.
That's the thing. I don't even know his name.
He's an former NFL player.
Yeah. But he was giving he was giving me vibes.
What vibes?
He was giving me Frank Bruno vibes.
Okay.
I see.
He's not do you know what it is? He's not the most articulate. I see it in his delivery, but he managed to be, that's what I'm saying. He managed to get what he, and people are happy. Aside from Katt Williams, people go on his show and he does get million views. He just don't get 33 million.
Yeah.
And not in like a,
that's such a short window, 4 days. Yeah.
Crazy.
So people like him. He's a favored guy.
KW says not even Shannon's healthy looking body could distract me from Katt's truth.
I mean, wow. KW.
Okay, KW.
No, I can't lie.
So that's the buffness.
He is buff.
He's very, yeah. He's got
oh my God, I can't remember the line he said about you have a propensity to sit with stupid people.
Align yourself with losers.
Why? And it's like, why?
You know I swear to God, it's in my notes.
And he said it, and the Katt said it so like, why?
What are you talking about?
He said the way he delivered it was so like,
why would you do that? And this is why I'm telling you, I swear if this guy ain't got Nigerian in his blood, I swear to God. He was doing all the things. The insults were just flowing.
It was just flowing. What the hell?
And he was like, it's like his mission is to win. Yeah. Like no matter what his competitiveness, like I swear to God.
And also he's got, even in we always look at short man syndrome as a negative, but sometimes I've got to prove myself every day because people underestimate me. Guys who've got short man syndrome, if you're gonna have short man syndrome, do it like Katt Williams.
Yeah, have it that way.
Have it that way.
No, be good. Be the greatest.
Be the greatest.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
no one will care.
Strive to be the greatest.
No one will
care.
The
man's still working.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like you can't chat to him because he actually is the greatest. He's one of the greatest. Do you know what I mean? He works.
He's up there now.
Yeah,
he definitely
been up there.
He's been up there, but it's like the clarity now of like, oh no, that's who you are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Oh, actually, so what? You wrote that?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? That was your idea? Okay, Katt, we have to give him his flowers.
Yes.
And like, everybody tried to come back. And no, I don't think, apart from Ludacris's bars, which were good, because Ludacris can rap,
I thought it was cool.
Nobody.
I can't lie, I thought that was cringe.
No, it was cringe. I'm just saying he managed to string words together that, like, if it wasn't.
I get it. He was rapping.
If he wasn't rapping about Katt,
but like,
was a little
is that strategic? Is that because you can't officially say if you're in the Illuminati, you can't put out a statement, so you rap it instead to protect yourself?
My point was, apart from that was well constructed verses. The rest is like everyone's comeback was terrible. Kevin Hart, I'm a fan of Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
he did the kind of like an NBA. I think he's got a show where he talks about NBA sports.
Yeah,
and him and his Plastic Cup Boys tried to do comeback. Their comebacks were terrible.
It was so shit.
Phase on Love.
Oh,
people actually unfortunately went in on his health.
He was.
What did you do, young lady?
He was breathing hard.
Oh no,
he was. Don't do that. He was.
People then.
He was stammering over his words.
He looks unhealthy.
Katt was so clear. If you're gonna come back for Katt, write it all down and perform it.
Yes.
Don't come on a live and be like, "So Katt, man, what are you doing?" No one's gonna take that serious.
I don't like that.
I don't know if you can do that.
He has nasal.
Okay. See,
but to be fair,
that's what happened.
He didn't look healthy.
Again, Katt is on the list. I have a list of people that I would never go up against.
Oh yeah,
Kelechi's on there.
Yeah, of course.
Cheryl's on there.
Yeah,
Katt's on there.
Yeah.
He's absolutely on there. Yeah.
Tiffany Haddish. She had a few little receipts because he said that she'd never performed at the comedy club or something. And she said, actually, I have, but they won't let me perform on the white nights. They only let me perform on the black nights. So she provided teeny receipts. But it's an opinion on...
He doesn't care about that. He's just like her position. She shouldn't be in her position. There's other funnier comics. And I like Tiffany, but he's not wrong.
No.
He isn't wrong. He said, that the comedians don't get, whoever gets booed, they deserve it. I'm just like, this guy.
Yeah.
It's so real. It's so freaking true.
It's true.
It's true. Serious.
He did step into the colorism conversation as well.
How?
By calling...
Yeah. Oh, but that quote was not nice.
It wasn't nice.
He said that some of these men, the cabal of comedians against him, the gatekeepers, the gatekeeper cabal.
Yeah.
The comedian gatekeeper cabal. Sorry. Cracking myself up. They all have weird face, light skin women.
And that's a planted thing. Like they don't.
Yeah, that's what they get. So you know, like
yeah.
footballers, they used to say in the UK, they all get paired with like a blonde girl.
And for real, I mean, did you see the picture that was floating about?
Yeah,
he said, "I can name you 7," and somebody did 8.
Yeah,
and somebody put 8 and was like,
"And this is all I found." And Kevin Hart's second wife, and they're all second wives as well.
Yes, yeah. I think there was only one in there that was the first. Eddie Murphy's.
Oh,
because now that's not his first wife.
The light skin one, isn't that his first wife?
I don't think so.
He was married to somebody else before her.
Oh, okay.
She's the one that has the 5 kids.
Okay.
And then now he's got a white wife, and I think she's got 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
But they were showing that wife.
Yeah.
Like, is he lying?
And the thing is, KW, yes, when he's talking about who did he talk about? He talks about Jonathan Majors running around with white women by pointing at.
Shannon. He did a Dr. Umar on him.
He really did.
He did.
I saw an edit on TikTok where they just had the picture of Shannon and his wife.
Isn't he divorced or they still together?
No, wasn't he trying to date? But they were saying, and they tried to say, would you, Yvonne Orgy's a virgin, so then would you? And I don't know what he said, but I was also like, don't throw certain women into the chat, because throwing a dark-skinned woman into the chat in this kind of environment, I don't do that, because we protect Yvonne at all costs. I didn't 100%. Like that her name.
I think Shannon is actually single at this moment.
He is single. He's trying to apparently he's trying to find a woman.
He illustrated though about Jonathan Majors, like you can lose everything between 2 weekends. Is very real.
It's very real.
And it's like, what can you say? I mean, don't party with Diddy. What can you say? It was really true. He says he has a virgin butthole.
He said no to Diddy. That's what he said. That's a direct quote.
Yes.
And then Shannon was just like, I know Shannon was thinking,
you know what the thing is? And I know people are just like, oh, he should have asked better questions and blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, no, there is absolutely no. Obviously, there are different types of interviewers, but that's a lot of information that was just like you're just being hit with all at one time.
Shannon just knew to let it breathe. Sometimes just let it breathe.
Struggle. Anyone would struggle.
Definitely.
I think.
No, I think he did exactly what needed to be done. He let Katt talk. And that's all we needed.
Yeah.
Just let Katt talk. Let him give us the stand-up of our lives. This is phenomenal. We're never going to forget this.
No, ever.
And no one's called him a liar. So he told the truth.
Yeah.
All now.
Again.
On the dance.
Seriously.
That was our welcome to the family.
I have...
someone want to slip in?
Please, man. Dr. Umar, just anyone.
Yeah, the problematic uncle. It's the uncle at the back of the party.
All I'm saying is,
that, broken
Dr.
clock.
Umar,
this, bro.
If you watch him on Joe Budden going in on Ish, it's a Patreon. It will probably be out soon. Again, it is so phenomenal. If Joe had released it, it would have broke the internet the same as this. It's just such a masterclass. And I'm not even a huge Dr. Umar supporter, but I have to say, he has turned into my brother. I really respect the dude.
It's a no from me. Serious. Although he had points. And as Farah also says, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Right.
Nah, he's right way more. KW says sorry, but I'm a massive Dr. Umar fan.
I'm a fan. He troubles me and he pleases me. That's what I think about Dr. Umar. All right, guys. It's time to get into the dilemmas.
Yeah.
This is where your favorite aunties sort out your beefs and your dilemmas and all this stuff. So the first up, Who's going first?
Should I do the Beanie Man?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do our celeb dilemma discussion. Beanie Man proposes to his, I guess, long-term girlfriend, Camille, after 23 years. Is this acceptable? He said, 23 years in the making, but finally found my forever with Camille. She's been my rock, lifting me up and supporting me through every emotional roller coaster. Her energy and light has brought new life to my music. I couldn't have done it without her by my side. Forever grateful for her love and support. However, is 23 years too long to wait for a ring?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. There's no way, bruv. There's no way.
Do you know what? If 23 years if Camille was waiting for a ring, that's a problem. But if it's 23 years and they've just grown and evolved and it hasn't necessarily been marriage hasn't always been on the table, they've just been going along, and she personally hasn't necessarily wanted, because we haven't heard from her side. Did she want to get married, and was he saying, no, I'm not ready? And was she waiting and waiting and waiting? Or were they both like, we're on this journey, and one day like, you know what? Yeah, man, we're both ready. That's the only thing I would say. Otherwise, if you've been waiting for that ring and you're desperately waiting for that ring, 23 years is way too long. Because what is the no? What is the why are we not getting married?
Because he's a superstar that has pussy thrown at him left, right, and center. That's probably why he didn't want to get married. Yeah,
precisely.
That's why he made her wait.
Yes.
Because now that he's an old man, he's like, yes, I'm ready.
No, I'm ready.
Now I'm ready. Now that all my good juice is gone, now I'm ready. Now I'm ready.
You know what's telling is my rock lifting me up and supporting me through every emotional roller coaster. Cheating.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know what else.
He's probably done various other things. I wouldn't take this as a compliment if I was her. I would be like, so you exhausted all the phalange out there and now you're going to come back to me. It's not a prize. 23 years and I'm getting you in your old age. That's long.
But I would like to speak to her and see how she felt, because I know I just have to give that corner of maybe he hasn't been a terrible guy. Maybe it's just...
Can you read some comments? Because they're cracking me up.
Okay. All right. So Ashes... No, hang on. Let me... Oh my God, it's moving quite fast. All right. So Ashes to Ashes. He hasn't been with her during those 23 years, guys.
Okay.
Kind of illustrates the point, but okay. KW says, I agree. Maybe they weren't bothered about getting married. And Ashes says they rekindled an old romance.
Okay.
Having been with others.
Okay.
Coco says he most likely got ED now. You know what ED is?
Yes, I do.
Ashes says they were actually both married to other people.
Let's get the story.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get the backstory. Let's get the backstory first.
And they only got back together last year.
Okay.
I still think he's old.
No, I would have to have. You see, like, I know she's a fictional character, but you see, like in Succession, so Marcia.
His wife.
His wife. Yeah, like when she was negotiating, like for
bride
us
price.
to get back together, I need this, and this.
Yeah,
yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's what it would be at that age.
But
I can't come back to me 23 years later and then be like, nah.
Yeah.
No, but I think if you've been on a journey and it's like, because sometimes there's that person that no matter what, you go off, you do your thing. And this is as a woman, like you've got autonomy over your situation. You went off and got married.
We're all women.
No, I'm not saying me as a woman. I'm just saying speaking for women as women. You've got autonomy over your relationship. You're doing what you want to do. You've gone off and got married. You've had your own situation, but maybe in between the breaks, you come back. This is the guy that you two are always drawn to each other. And then finally you lot have done with everything. You're like, we both recognize that it's each other, because we don't know if he's got ED. We don't know what's happening there. We don't know. So the reality is, if she's happy and because it's not always that the long-suffering woman that's just like finally getting the ring. She might have been like, you know what? You are the one and I want you. And he's already that successful star. So he should be bringing her the bag anyway. it's not always so negative.
It's sounding a bit romantic, but
maybe, but it doesn't have to be so negative, though.
I get it.
I mean, I just don't think I just don't think that's the case with Beanie Man. I can't see it.
What, do you know Beanie Man's antics?
Huh? I've seen Beanie Man in Ghana, actually.
I mean, big up Beanie Man. He's winding up. I mean, he's an artist.
He can wind up on people.
He's a cool guy.
Most definitely. But let's say if they didn't have that celebrity, there are women who have given their best years to a dude, thinking they were going to get the ring.
Exactly.
And then he meets Sally Ann and then goes and marries her next year. And you were like, I gave you 18 years.
Yeah, that's that.
You met her 12 months later, you're going down the aisle.
Absolutely.
That's the thing where it's like,
and then maybe he's with her for 10 years. Maybe she dies or something happens. They break up. I mean, people get widowed all the time.
I understand. This is like,
then he comes looking back for the first woman again.
But the thing, the bottom line is, she agreed to the ring. So what's she agreeing to? What has made her
a millionaire?
Well, there you go. So maybe she's winning.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to Beanie Man either. I'm just saying, no, he's a millionaire. At least I'm gonna have. I need to negotiate some stuff.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? As long as I'm looked after.
Who knows? And she's like, yeah, motherfucker. Okay, so before you come and put this on the gram, this is our terms and conditions.
Thanks, Coach.
She might not be in a long-suffering situation.
KW says Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck went on a journey.
That's isn't that the fakest couple in Hollywood?
I don't know. But the thing is, he does always look angry, but I think he's literally that person.
No, apparently he is at this moment in time. Like they're heading towards a divorce.
Oh, they are.
He's sick of her and he started drinking again.
Oh,
is what I'm hearing on the internet street.
Allegedly.
Yeah. But that's what's out there. That's why he's always looking angry.
Yeah, he just looks so ferociously sad.
But it's him though, because he's got the same with the other Jennifer.
So, that's... Boy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone want to take the next one or should I go?
Go for it.
Okay, so this we spotted on the internet live. Can a baby daddy and baby mother take family pictures together whilst dealing with other people? Can a baby daddy and baby mother take pictures together as a family, even though they're not together and they have significant others elsewhere? How do you feel?
I lean into, I think they can. Let's say it's the child's birthday party and they're both there.
Agreed.
I think you could have a birthday picture all together, like, the parents of the child, and you just take a quick snap. I don't think you can kind of be like, oh, we're going to take family snaps and set it up with a photographer like some people do. Not that, but at occasions, I think it would be nice. But that's it.
Yes, I agree.
I'm struggling.
Do you want to read the comment that articulates your thoughts?
What comment? No, I can't see any.
Okay, sure. Well, someone did say, but what is the point of taking family photos, acting like you're together as a family if you're not? If you're not together, you failed as a family. Don't act like one after it's done. Make your children understand you're done and not pretending. Just be healthy apart. This is why kids can be confused AF.
Yeah, I think I'm more leaning towards that.
Yeah.
I just think I think that there is a lot of pretense that happens in name of protecting the child. There's just so much of it. There's so much of it's going to be detrimental to the child if they think this, or they don't understand that the parents aren't together, or and all this kind of stuff, especially when they're very young. So I just think in that vein, no, it's not necessary. If it's not necessary, then it's not necessary.
Even birthday parties, though.
Birthday, I can see how, yes, if everyone's amicable, but you can't force it.
Yeah, I think, but I also think that there needs to be, because I think as much as there's this pretense, a lot of people do break up and separate and get into this conflict. We're warring parents, we've broken up, and now the kids become pawns in those moments. So I think actually having a thought where, can we put down our virtual guns and come together for the sake of the children? It doesn't mean say you have to sell a lie. I don't think you need to sell a lie. You can't pretend that you're together. But having an extended, blended family that's amicable, that should be the goal. You lot should be able to move on and come together, take a picture where it's not a pressure, where the other woman doesn't feel like, oh my God, he's taking a picture of his with them, and it's like something going on with the other guy is not jealous. I think it's creating an environment where it's naturalistic, where no one's bothered by, we took a picture, we went somewhere, took a picture. That in quotes is a family picture. I agree. It shouldn't be that you would go to a studio set up and, hey, that's that's weird. But I think if we're talking about breaking down this thing that we can't get along because we've broken up and making the children the focus of the union, like you guys being amicable and coming together, a family photo shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be so dumb. It doesn't mean to say that you're pretending for the kids. I think you're creating a nice space for the kids to enjoy and be able to look back.
Core memories. Like what about like even just going on like a trip?
Yeah, exactly.
Like a family trip together.
Yeah.
Like so
you wouldn't do that. Like there's no
summer holidays. Oh, I'm free today. You're free today. Let's go to the zoo all together.
It's not necessary.
But why is it not necessary if it's okay?
Why is it necessary?
To have a core memory for the child, especially when they're young, like a 5-year-old.
But this is what I'm saying. It's just like you can be amicable with your baby person. You can be amicable with them, but you don't have to enjoy those things together. Like you just don't.
I think "don't have to" is the word. You don't have to, but if you do, it shouldn't be frowned upon.
Yeah, like it's
just like you don't have to. If it's like you
for the child,
because I do think that I think it
plays into. I do think it plays into that pretense.
It's a deception.
Like yes, because it's like society puts so much pressure on single parents that their aspiration should be that they're in a couple. That's like what society's pressure. So every time you play towards that when that's not the case, you're feeding into that ideology.
But then society also puts that thing that when you're split up, you can't be friends, you can't speak, you can't ever have...
But I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like you just don't even need to like stop putting that on a pedestal.
But I don't think it necessarily needs a pedestal. It needs to be just
a pretense.
No, I don't think it's a pretense. If you two still get on and you're cool, and it is, and especially if your new partners are comfortable with you guys' comfortability, that if everyone's cool and like, do you know what? I've got a day off work. Actually, let's come together and go out because it is getting cool. That because the child doesn't need to think that you don't complete the myth and say mummy and daddy are still together, but it's actually showing that mum and dad can get on and they're comfortable with each other.
You can get on anyway. You can get on in different scenarios. You can show that and demonstrate that in so many different ways. You don't have to go on holiday to show that you can get on.
You don't have to.
If you're saying like a trip, like you don't have to do that to show that either. And also it is confusing to the child because it's creating that image like, oh, okay, this moment can happen, but why can't that happen every day? What's the issue here? Like there's a negative side to feeding into that fallacy.
But I think it is about raising children in honesty, and you can say we can get on. Mum and daddy aren't together, but we can get on, and you can do that. And if the child's confused anyway, the child's all emotions are over the place anyway. So this doesn't necessarily leave them, but it doesn't leave them feeling some way. I
think it's a perfect blend, and that's conversations to be had.
Exactly.
Actually, we have a friendship, and you were made in love. I actually think that's more positive than we have to be separate, especially when there's no animosity there. But it really is, we can be brethren. As long as all the partners are cool with you two are friends and you're doing this and you're creating a setting where that child can thrive with both of their parents, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's negative to put a negative spin on it.
Yeah.
Like, actually, it's like...
I don't think the child won't reside in confusion forever. And because kids are confused anyway, and they can get blurred lines, whatever, but then there's a point where they actually understand. They do come to a point of understanding.
Okay.
Lady Lyric says Will Smith goes on holiday with his ex-wife.
Okay.
With Cherie,
Will Smith, for an example, yeah?
I mean,
I don't know if their blend is the blend that we're talking about. But, I mean, they do things together. I guess, wasn't it Alicia Keys?
And Swiss Beats.
They actually wrote a book. On how they managed to blend successfully after.
But that's about the adults not being able to get on, though. That was about the adults, that was the adults trying to figure it out. And it wasn't that they were creating a force.
But it is.
But the example is the adult, everyone has to be okay. They were trying to force something or trying to figure something out.
This is what I'm saying, but that's what people do by default because that's what society's pressure. Make sure the kids are okay. So let's pretend that this thing is a thing when it's not. That's what they do.
I don't think that happens more.
I think the
other way is
more common
than faking the funk.
Yeah,
really.
People can't fake the funk because adults get in their own way and are always beefing with each other and like, oh, there's so much beef between adults. Faking the funk doesn't actually happen as much as I think it could
or should.
Possibly.
KW says insecurities ruin parents and child relationships.
Yeah,
I agree. If
I agree.
Get to a good place.
I agree.
That's my point. Hard. I think it does. That comes from an insecurity. That's the thing. It's like you're trying to be something that you're not. It's not. You're not secure within yourself to actually even accept or like deal with your situation. That you're pretending that something exists and it doesn't.
No, but you're not calling it a family. Have a friendship. Yeah. Like you could genuinely see that other person as that's family. Romantically, no, it didn't work between us, but that's family. That is the mother or the father of my child. That's my family. If you can get there, I think they're few and far between. But I would love that there was more examples of it.
I think that's my point. I don't see that often at all. Do you know what I mean? I really don't. Yeah. And I just don't. I think like this is an aspiration. It's not reality. So I just don't agree with it.
What do you think? What guys in the comments? All right, let's go with Lizzo.
Okay,
has lost weight and I feel betrayed.
I'll go for it. So Lizzo's lost weight and I feel betrayed. I have been a fan of Lizzo ever since her super fluffy, sexy flute playing self burst the door open for us fat chicks. I'm fat. I've always been. I'm black and I've always been. I have a pretty face, but up until Lizzo showed up and showed out, I was always trying my best to hide myself. Extra large tracksuits and oversized one-piece dresses was my uniform with little to no makeup. But when Lizzo came onto the scene, I felt seen and empowered, and I changed my look. I started showing off my body, wearing makeup, and embracing the fact that I'll never be a skinny chick, and even started dating.
Go girl.
Enter 2024 and Lizzo's showing off her slimmer body. What the fuck? So her whole fat girl campaign was a lie, a fraud, a trick. I feel bamboozled and hoodwinked. I know I shouldn't I know we shouldn't have faves and idols anymore, but I feel really let down and it's made me feel a bit paranoid. Do people actually really like fat women? Do they like me, or are they all just being politically correct and humoring me? My old feelings of insecurities are creeping in, but I don't really want to backside. I'm all for getting it right and getting healthy. I'm not against it. However, I feel sad. I wonder if my love of Lizzo was a way of not facing up to me needing to lose weight. I'm just questioning everything. Help.
Oh, girl.
Wow.
That was a lot.
That was an absolute roller coaster.
That was a lot.
I kind of feel like she got to her own conclusion by the end, is what I would probably say. If you know yourself that you're not healthy and you decided that somehow there was this idol that you could lean into and avoid what is going on in your own insecurities, I think you've got your answer there, because Lizzo's just living her life and that's exactly what you should be doing. Not really watching if she's lost weight, whatever is going on with her. As long as she's healthy, that's the optimum, and that should be your optimum as well, is to be healthy. But hating on Lizzo sounds a bit like you're just hating on yourself.
Yeah,
I think so. I think so too. There's a song about that. There's a group called Infinity Song, and they've got a song, I love the way it feels to be a hater, and it embodies it embodies
I hadn't gone to hater.
But it's like a play on like 70s tracks, like the Brady Bunch and stuff. It's a bit like that, but it talks about like, you know, that actually that good feeling sometimes that people have when they can see someone, do you know what I mean, not doing as well as they would like, or whatever kind of thing. So yeah, you need to deal with that, man. It's not Lizzo's
fault she decided to lose weight.
Well, I mean, it's Lizzo's choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Asher says Lizzo has always been on her health tips, so weight loss was inevitable. Work on your own self-esteem and identity, girl.
Yeah.
I think that's all it is. And KW says she's relying too much on a music artist for her well-being.
Yeah.
And that's where we should learn in 2024. Nobody we can rely on no celebrity in the public eye. We cannot, and we should not. You can be inspired, you can admire, but you cannot have them as your beacon of truth, because they change their mind. They're human. Their minds change, their situation changes, and you can't follow their journeys. It's impossible.
KW says she wants Lizzo to stay big to make her feel better, while Lizzo is losing weight to make herself feel better.
Yeah, that's a word.
The truth. Yes,
that's a word.
Think on it, girl.
I'm gonna find that song.
Yeah.
I think it's
put it on the page.
It feels to be a hater. Something like that.
It is hated.
Yeah.
Imagine being vexed at somebody for improving their health, which then just changes the way they look, and you're like, "Why are you doing that?" I don't really get hate. I don't get hater because I think she just was so immersed in. She's in denial about herself, and she got so immersed and caught up in the fanfare of Lizzo, because it then freed her for the impression that she was impressing herself. She was wearing baggy clothes, she wasn't leaning into her beauty, and she wasn't celebrating herself. And then she saw someone that was like, "Oh my God, finally!" and made her come out of her shell. So I can understand being in awe. We spoke about some people that we've been in awe of and stuff like that, but you have to allow them to their moments to change. And I don't know, maybe I wouldn't say she's a hater. I just think she's been absolutely let down by something that she shouldn't have been so caught up with in the first place. But this seems to face your thing. Face your thing. Especially in like well, they call it the fat space themselves. I'm not being rude by saying it, but within that, like plus size and that whole movement, there does seem to be a thing when somebody is a champion and then their body changes, that there are loads of fans that go at them like they can't change.
They're
and it's
angry.
Like, that's not okay.
Yeah.
That is hatery.
It is.
It's like, I hate the fact that you've changed.
I see that.
That's what it is. Like,
you can't truly be a fan of somebody if you're hating that they change.
And then you're really projecting, like you're not.
It's
even
a projection.
seeing
Yeah.
That person is different from yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. You got to build your own self-esteem, honey.
And it's different because the world doesn't like fat people. That's a fact. Same way the world doesn't necessarily like black women. So you have to understand that, and you have to be confident in yourself. If you love being fat, then enjoy that, because you can actually be fat and healthy. There's that too. Yeah. The metabolism and stuff, and health and hormones and stuff is a whole different thing. Look into what's good for you. That's it. Exactly. I'll do number 4. I'm struggling to make good girlfriends. Hi, I'm in my 20s and I've been having a bit of a tough time making female friends. And I feel like it's becoming a thing in with my generation. And it's kind of frustrating how people brush off these struggles as if we're just seeking attention. It's not easy as just joining a party or an art class and suddenly having a squad. There's a whole layer of deceit, gossip and envy that makes finding genuine connections a bit of a challenge. And seriously, when people say it's better to be alone than with the wrong friends, it irks me. I mean, I love my own company, but having a supportive friend circle is something else. It's not as simple as just finding better friends. Friendships naturally evolve, and there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. I'm not here to play the victim. I just genuinely struggle with this. How do you navigate the whole female friendship thing, especially when life's getting busier and priorities are changing? Do we have any advice for her?
First of all, like, female friendships aren't full of deceit and gossip.
That's that reality show life.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That Real Housewife life.
No, I don't even think it's that. At least that's what they're upfront about it. But like, I think it's not all that. There's very beautiful things that come from friendships, and maybe focus on that. Like, I just don't. I don't get it. Like, go on. What are you gonna say?
No, I'm with you, because I wanted to go back her to ask herself what are you finding difficult, because sometimes there's a reflection on, like, reflect inward and say, what is it why do you find yourself in these situations where there is backbiting and bitchiness and all this type of stuff? Why are you in this circle of negativity? So, not to blame you, but it's like, why are you attracting these people? And sometimes it's, I don't know, I don't want to blame you, but I just want you to kind of check inwards and say, like, why are you attracting these people? Why are you finding yourself in these spaces? Because it's not reality that's all women in friendships are supposed to be. No, and sometimes there is an anxiety. I remember I was watching a psychologist talk about a girl in her class who she was like, she is great,
brilliant student, but she would also always say, girls don't like me. I don't have any female friends. And that was her constant thing. And she watched her interact, and she was very short with the females in the class,
right,
and wasn't very nice to them. So they're not going to be nice to you. She spoke to her and was like I saw you was having like a weird interaction with the girls in the class, and she was like, oh, you think so? I thought I was being really nice. And she was like, no, you was being short, you wasn't maintaining eye contact, and you walked away when somebody was trying to talk to you. But anxiety can do that. It is like really trying to, if you're going to meet other women and you have those things of their gossips, they're envious and sly, you're probably not going to be very nice, because that's what you're going into interactions with women about.
Exactly.
It's working on how you can be a good friend as well. How do you show up for other women who you come into contact with? And maybe that's how you're going to create a good circle of friends. And it isn't easy, especially as you do get older. But if you have one or two, you're doing better than a lot of people.
This is a thing. And I think it's that thing of thinking you've got to have loads, a whole crew and a squad. It's not. Sometimes just two. Even just one.
Just a one?
Just like sometimes it's just that person that you trust wholeheartedly, and it doesn't have to be a squad. It doesn't.
Yeah, switch it up, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, go some places, like really try and go out of your comfort zone. And like, I think as you said, I think like how are you showing up for people as well, like generally being friendly, being kind as well, kind of thing. I think that is really, really important. Like actually just being a kind person, I think. And I think if you generally have a positive outlook, you will attract positive people. You will attract nutters as well. Yeah. So you've got to go your radar on.
But just don't go in negatively.
Filter them out as soon as possible.
Yes, I
agree.
It's being really fast, isn't it? If somebody comes along and you're like, that person's a bit off, they're not a bit of me. It's like moving on very quickly. But generally, if you are a vibe yourself, you will meet other vibes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like definitely.
Alrighty. So, how many chances do you give someone who doesn't reply a text? New year, new me, stop giving people extra chances. So I've matched someone on Tinder. We're messaging back and forth, and then it goes quiet. I saw on socials that Kristen Cavallari says if someone doesn't reply to your text one time, don't ever text them back. That seems very ruthless to me. But is she onto something? I don't want to be a beg, but I also don't want to block my blessings. It's a new year, and I really want to start as I mean to go on. So I really need help. How many chances do you give someone?
I give this to you.
In the dating, so it's 2024 now. I made some big claims last year.
Yeah, you did. You did. We're ready.
Why are you fiddling?
We're ready for you.
Because I made some claims.
Yeah, you said you was ready.
Yeah, I don't know if I am.
Oh, come on. We're literally 8
You said no, but it's like 22, 23. You've got to do it now. 24. You've had 3 years of this.
Yes. And we're 8 days.
We're waiting.
But I'm going to see how I feel. The rules, to be fair, I'm not texting, isn't it? Like that's just me. Like
so they text you, you text back, and they never text.
You're not texting to follow up.
No,
it's a done.
It's done. It's done. Yeah, because I think like, especially like online dating. Not that I do much of it anyway, but it's the laziest approach to dating. Do you know what I mean? So I need to see effort. Like I just need to see a bit of effort. I need to see like you're actually interested in me. Do you know what I mean? Because I think it's yeah, I don't subscribe everybody before people come for me. Everybody likes what they like. I like men that show effort. That's the kind of man that I like.
Yeah, I think that's
do you know what I mean? I don't think that all men need to do that, but the ones that want to get me, that's what they need to do.
I think all men should show effort. Everybody involved in that conversation.
No. Some women don't think that, and some men think that you should be doing as much as them.
Oh, no.
I'm not on that.
What would you do?
I think I'm a bit of a softie, so I have given people more chances than they needed. I think I actually am with this, especially if you have a kind of, what's the word? Not softer. I think if you have a bit of a more forgiving or easygoing nature, people take advantage of that. And I definitely think I've been shown time and time again, and it's all relationships. People make effort if they care for you. So if someone, you can be in a back and forth, and obviously you can use your common sense. Maybe there's a window where they haven't texted back, and you could possibly, maybe if you feel like, let me just try once, You could do one, but if they don't follow up at all, you cannot run someone down. You cannot go back and forth. And I've never run someone down. I think my thing used to be I need closure. So I remember I broke up with a guy and no, I was going to break up with him. He broke up with me. I was so shocked. And then I must have messaged him like 25 times. Like, are you mad? Like, I was like, what? And I wanted to know what it was.
Bombarding?
Yeah, because I was like, what is it? What do you like? Why are you? Because but it was my ego because basically I was going to break up with you and you come to break up with me.
He got
not having
first.
it. He got there first. So that was, but
did he ever respond to the bombarding?
I think he did. And then in the end, it was like, okay, we are broken up for real. It is what it is. I just don't think if people show it, guys will go above and beyond.
Yeah,
and if they don't want to you, then they're not. And even if they're saying make effort, if you don't make, I don't know.
That's the thing. I honestly do live by that rule.
Yeah.
If a guy's interested in you, you're gonna know. Yeah. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be a question mark. It's not gonna be like lukewarm feelings. You're going to know because like that's just for the most part how they are. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't think I've had any sort of relationship with someone that was like that I was unsure about. Like,
yeah,
you know, that was tangible, you know?
Yeah. I think that's spot on. It does seem harsh as you was reading it. I was like, that's harsh. But actually, I think it's probably the smartest thing to do is cut it before you start getting invested. Like KW says, 3 unanswered messages, then block. That's way too many. That's too much. Like I just think your ego should not have to witness the silences of 3 messages before you, like literally it is. I tried to get in contact with you didn't respond, okay, we're not on match, and move on and keep it stepping even when they come around, like they do in winter, or or in summer, like when they come back around again, still just really remember this person wasn't there for me and I'm not going to be a placeholder.
Do you know what? I'll block them, to be honest. Like if I don't forget about them, if I forget about them and then they come back,
I'll
block them. Yeah.
Okay.
They come back for.
Okay, I have to get into it. Like so, because the whole block the blessing thing. Because I, when you're single and you really want to be in a relationship and you get all like, don't block your blessings. Make sure the path is clear for this, and people change. So what's this? Where is there any such grey area? Because they might have been knocked over by a bus. Obviously, but
everyone wants that.
Yeah, you were in hospital. No, I understand. So that's a dramatic version. But if there's a thing where, like, something happened where actually, maybe even in that moment, they weren't sure about you and they didn't know how to communicate it. They do circle back. It's not in winter. Let's say it's in summer, okay? Let's remove the winter thing, the coughing season. It's in summer. And they actually come back and like, you know what? And maybe they like, you know what? I disappeared on you. I'm sorry. Is there room? Because if you did have that spark and communication, it was cool. Is there room for allowance?
No,
and they got to go above and beyond.
Like, honestly, I don't know what they would have to go on a quest, bro.
Okay.
Like I swear to God,
that's good to know.
I just don't know because and the thing is, it's just like having experience like that never works out. Like I'm telling you, as an older person, it never works out. Like when they circle the block, forget about it.
Yeah.
Just save yourself the stress, just block them straight away.
So Ashanti and Nelly, she should have taken it back.
I think you have to go above and beyond because Ashanti and Nelly was who I was thinking of. He didn't just... The dude was going to her shows, was turning up on, like, you have to go above and beyond. You've got to be consistently showing me, you know what? I messed up. It's you. It has to be that dedication. Like Stephen Bartlett did similar with his now girlfriend. He was being a shithead to her. He had to travel to Bali and then be like, can we spend time together? And I need that type of dedication.
Well, that's what people don't understand. It's above and beyond to get them back. You can't just. It's
not a hey big game.
But even that kind of thing, like that mentality about block your blessings, it was never a blessing. Yeah, it was never a blessing in the first place, and we need to get out of that mentality of thinking about it. Because also as well, I think not all men, but there's a lot of men that they're lazy with it.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They need to change.
Yes.
If you keep feeding into it, they're not good. They have no incentive to change. Absolutely not.
That's fact.
The block blessing was not that. The block blessing was the action. Was freeing your blessing, I should say. Being confident to not respond, that's your blessing.
Yeah.
You're showing yourself a confident, your boundaries are set. That's the way to
you're open to better coming along.
Yes.
That's the blessing.
Yeah.
Like, actually, you'd be blocking your blessings chasing after it. Egypt.
I honestly don't know where we've got where like people are not allowed to have standards anymore. They're not allowed to have preference. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we've gone to a point.
Lani Good is a part of that, and Badderz UK.
What are you talking about?
That is a part of the standard.
What are you talking about?
That's where we lost.
What are you
I don't even know what deeper reality shows. The Real Housewives of all the places, the blacks, the whites, and all the Asians, all the Real Housewives. You guys fucked it up for us.
No. God.
Yes, we can.
You cannot
Yes, we
put out
can.
the
They'll be
shoulders
fighting each
of
other
Lani
for
Good.
man.
Seriously.
Fighting each other and flinging
Do you know
titties.
how anyway,
We
let me
do actually have an invite for Lani to come on the show.
We do want
I
to come
would
on the show.
love to
I think
talk
she'll
to
be
her.
banned.
I
She
would-
knows what she's
I
about.
actually would love to talk
I
to
would.
her. Do you know
I
what I
would.
mean?
Lani would be
Because
banned.
there is so much going on behind her pretty little face.
Yeah, and you know what? She pulled herself out of the mud, and she did do good. So
What do you mean out of the mud?
the scandal with that guy. What's that guy?
Oh, Tion Wayne.
Yeah, that was like muddy stuff. I'm not saying she was in the mud and the gutter.
Okay,
Oh,
but you
yeah.
need to say that better,
Oh,
man,
oh.
because people could really have a connotation that she's in the gutter. She really didn't.
No,
Oh,
she's
no.
always
She
been
wasn't-
like, she's actually
Oh no,
from
so I
quite
meant
a
that
rocky
scandalous.
family.
she
No,
is,
sorry,
and
not
she's a talented
poverty. I meant the
I was in like
scandals.
the broken heart of what he did to her.
Yeah.
That's
That type of
scary
woman.
because
Okay.
that shit. Not,
But again, that was something that happened to her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? She didn't invite
but I'm
that
saying that she
situation.
curated it for it and made herself. She pulled herself out of that situation and became a personality that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is what I don't want it to. Anyway, women are tarnished with these brushes that they didn't even create when it's the men that created the problem in the first place.
Yeah.
Had he paid her the money, there would be nothing.
Absolutely.
Do you know
She
what I
wouldn't have
mean?
had any
Sort of anything. But
Yeah.
then she's the villain. How?
No, she
No,
wasn't
not
a
for
villain in that.
Tion, only this
Yeah.
one.
No,
Yeah,
not for this one.
Yeah, for this too. We got one
They're all
more.
their own people. Yeah. Okay, let me go. Okay. Am I wasting my time? I've been with this guy for almost 6 months and it seems good. Things seem good. We're exclusive, but he hasn't formally brought me up in a relationship. Brought me up. What?
No.
Giving me the
What?
title of?
Oh, and he hasn't formally brought up being in a relationship. I've made it clear I'm only dating him, given my limited social media, focus on work, my cat, my family. Recently, I met his friends, which went well, but emotionally taxing since we didn't talk about commitment beforehand. He acts like a boyfriend, but the lack of an official conversation is making me want to distance myself. On a recent date, he offered to join double/triple date activities, but accidentally said he'll come along to pretend
Mate,
to be my boyfriend.
it's that part.
Which left me with the ick naturally. Now with his birthday coming up and plans, why are you still together? Plans with a married couple, his best friends, I'm questioning everything. I'm wondering, why hasn't he officially asked me to be his girlfriend after investing so much time and effort? Should I be concerned or am I overreacting? This is the first time I've felt uneasy and I'm considering cancelling plans for some space.
Yeah. Cancel those plans. It's over.
Fair.
Feeds into the last one.
Yeah.
It's enough.
yeah. And
Free
even
yourself.
if it is, I think because it's 6 months now and you've kind of gone along with the hokey doke, where he's had the gall to be like, I'll pretend to be your
That's
boyfriend.
rude.
We're not doing boyfriend and girlfriend activities. And you can be very clear on that. We're not doing boyfriend and girlfriend activities anymore. It's getting on a bit. And you're the type of guy that could do a Beanie Man on me and take it to 23 years. Like, just allow him.
Allow it.
Like, no, this isn't, you can't be, 6 months is a long time to be pretending and you're spending time with each other. Nah, it's not. It's
And
not on.
do you know what? And this is thing, like, I know, Shada, you're going to push back. There's this whole thing, because women the size on, if a woman defines a relationship, it's usually for the men. The men are supposed to define the relationship. But if you're sitting there saying that we're not in a relationship because he hasn't said so, I don't like that power that men have, that if they say we're in a relationship, then we're in a relationship. If they don't say it, then women are sitting there twiddling their thumbs. Bring it up and say, we actually are in a relationship. So if you don't want to define it as that, then either I go, or let's establish it. So we're loosely seeing each other, then I'm going to be looking for other prospects. I think women should be able to define the situation they're in and not let men be the kind of the be all and end all.
Back on that, they should define.
Oh no, guys. Maybe I was thinking about asking to be to asking me to be with someone. I think maybe that's what it
is.
Like,
are you going to be my boyfriend?
You got to be back.
You never asked it.
But is that saying, am I going to be boyfriend, or let's make this official? That's a similar thing.
Well, I guess she started with their exclusive already, yeah. So they're both just dating each other.
Well, she's told him
we're exclusive.
I'm exclusive to you.
Oh,
that's what it reads.
We're exclusive, but he hasn't formally brought up being in a relationship.
Okay,
no,
so
but she's doubling down. I've made it clear. I'm only dating him.
Right.
What has he made clear?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because this is the thing it's just like this is foolishness.
Yeah.
You're still with him.
How you thought that?
Yeah, it is.
It's serious though. Because it's like he's telling you he's telling you indirectly, babe. It's not you.
Yeah.
It's not you. And women need to stop being in that position because they don't respect you. They'll be laughing at you in the group chat.
Oh.
Be like, there's men out there will be talking about, I'm collecting strays. She's just one of my strays. She's my top stray.
Okay.
In fact.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
true.
It's like it's bye.
It's true.
Baby girl, say bye.
Seriously.
Bye.
Yeah, but I don't go on dates with the best friend
and
you
pretending.
Know that comfortability because he's pretending now.
And
so he's showing his married brethren, I've got a girl kinda ish. No, don't be the girl kinda ish. Make it clear. If we're doing that activity, I am your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Formally introduce me to people. I'm your girlfriend. We're not playing.
The word pretend is a problem.
And the thing is, she thinks, this is what I'm saying, she's already rewriting what she already knows. She thinks that he said it accidentally. No. He's just told you.
Yeah.
You think it's accidental.
Yeah. Who knows what he was doing?
Exactly.
He was like, this girl's getting a bit comfortable, you know.
I need to drop it
you.
I drop it in. And then she'll be like, oh, but he told me.
Yeah,
he
can say it.
Yeah, exactly.
When she brings it up, he can be like, "But the last time we were going out, remember I told you I'm pretending to be your boyfriend
and then
for your
she'll be crying to her friends like, "Oh yeah,
that's like an episode of Insecure when Jada is playing Molly's boyfriend.
Yeah,
you know when they went to, he's like, okay, I'm going to come to the wedding, and then he said, I'm doing you a favor, and she was like, get the fuck out of this date because initially Molly was like, oh, come round, stay over, forcing the relationship situation on him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, okay, I'll show up. And she's like, yay. And then he's like, no, but I'm just doing this for a favor.
Like, I'm not your man.
You seem pressed.
Imagine.
You don't ever want somebody.
You don't want that shame. You don't want that
actually
shame.
say that to you.
You don't want that shame.
Yeah, I don't even think you should clarify. I think he's just dropped enough.
Block him.
Just be like, this isn't really working out for me because I'm looking for a boyfriend and I don't think you're him. Keep it moving.
Block him. You shouldn't even. The explanation is not even necessary.
And that's the fit. Yeah. Anyway.
All right, guys.
Yeah, ghost him.
Ghost him.
I don't encourage ghosting, but sometimes a ghost is needed.
So why don't you encourage ghosting?
Because actually, the lack of communication in some situations is not nice. People have been on the receiving end of a ghost. It doesn't leave them in a good space. So it's not nice. Essentially, it's not nice behavior to ghost someone. It would be nice if I don't feel like this anymore, so I'm going to go. That would be nice.
Yeah, just a final. I get what you're saying.
But some situations, and then I'm giving free rein for all the guys that ghost.
I agree. I don't like a ghost.
It's not nice. It's not nice.
I think sometimes it's necessary.
Unless they're dangerous.
To get out, I think sometimes it's actually just necessary. You don't have to interact with people.
No, but if you're especially, it's the ones where if you're going into something with nice relationship, then silence. That's not nice.
No, that's not nice.
That's what I mean.
But I think women should ghost more.
I mean, just account and balance ish. Okay. All right, guys. That's our show, you know. But before we wrap up, does anyone have anything that they want to spotlight?
I have one. I really encourage everybody that has Netflix to watch You Are What You Eat, the twin edition. I think it's full of so much information about fat, meat, our bodies, just how we can try and live longer. It's a really good documentary, and I am stopping eating meat because of it. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Definitely give it a watch.
Shoot. I'm scared to watch it. I don't know if I'm ready, but yes.
For me, two things. Watch The Other Black Girl, if you haven't seen it already on Disney.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. The ending has frustrated the hell out of me.
Sure.
But it's pretty good. And watch my podcast, guys.
Yeah.
On Hey, it's Sade Salami.
It's a bit of an old one, but I mean, if you haven't read it already, I'm reading Will Smith's Will, and it's actually really good.
It is, yeah.
And it's that Will, because when you read it, you understand who Will is and the level of what he's been put through to be so perfect. And this book, I love a read. It's such a perfect book. It's such a story. It's even annoying how perfect it is as a story, and you're so engaged. He really pulls you in, and there's some nice gems in how he approaches his success and stuff like that. It's actually a really good book. So I would recommend it. It's quite inspirational for a new year, new me kind of thing, and how to focus on getting those goals. Because beside all the nonsense that has happened, he has been an absolute box office smash hit due to his very strict rules of engagement of how to attack the business and dominate the business and win the business of acting.
Yeah, it's a good one. I actually really enjoyed it.
And I co-signed the other black girl.
Yeah, it's a good one. All right, I will watch that.
All right, guys. Okay. That has been your Aunties Could Never first edition of the new year. Thank you for watching and thank you for putting up with our problematic technical difficulties. But we made it in the end. Thank you. This has been your Aunties Could Never. Please follow us on all the social media platforms. Watch us back on YouTube. Listen to our episodes on your favorite listening platforms. Don't forget to leave a review on Spotify and Apple. We only accept 5-star ratings, guys. Yeah, that's 5-star ratings, guys.
That's what we want. We don't want it.
If less than a 5,
we don't want it.
We don't
With
jive.
a nice note as well. Yes. Like that would be lovely because people do read those, and that really does help us get out there as well.
And guys, one of our new goals is to pay attention to our Patreon. We're still there on Patreon, and thank you to those who are still subscribing and subscribing to our Patreon. Yeah. We have tiers starting from £5. Please get involved. It helps us keep the lights on and keeps going and getting a better and better show. We have improved over the years, and we want to continue improving. So please sign up, and don't forget, guys, there's a show that you've got to watch if you love a reality.
Yes. On Fridays at 12 noon. UK time, we're going live with Labrish, me and Nana. We're going to be talking about Love Island All-Stars. The cast came out today. Kaz is in there. Toby's in there.
Yes.
Those are the only two I care about.
I think he's a squarehead mixed face as well.
Oh, is it? Lewis? Yeah. Okay, cool. And then also we're going to be talking about Real Housewives of Lagos as well, because Nana's going to finish watching it.
Yes.
By that time.
I definitely will. I am now on episode 6.
Oh, amazing.
So I'm making my way through. Definitely. Yes, join us then. Also, a new thing that will be coming out this year is we are going to expand and have a WhatsApp community. So everybody get ready when that WhatsApp link joins, like in the chat, please start talking. We're going to talk every day, and then you can feed in to what we're doing, and then we will bring it to the podcast as well. So that's how we're going to grow. And any other ideas, let us know.
Yeah,
how do you like to connect with us?
Yeah, how do you want aunties to get more into your life and help you?
Oh yes, Gilda Messy Mitch. Can't wait.
And that, my guys, is it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Peace out.
A-Town down.
Do, 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 do.